The female factories were places of assignment. They were places they were barracks where women were kept overnight or for a number of months or a number of years. They could be assigned to anyone. They were separated from their child. If the child was up to the age of 3 and still nursing, they could stay with the women, but after that they were separated. If a convict or a free settler wanted a wife, they could go to the factory. They'd sit and talk for an hour, and if the woman agreed, then over, not consecutive, but over a 3-day period, the marriage would occur. This young man thought he was going to, get his brownie points to start with. He brings a bonnet, and there's an argument because the woman wants the bonnet but not the man. You've got 1,200 women in the factory and over 200 children. First, second and third class all did weaving, spinning, sewing, knitting, straw plaiting. Washing was something that the women did for the colony. And the third class did rock breaking and picking oakum, which is getting tar out of ship's rope. So the next time you walk along the roads of Parramatta, think down a few levels and think about those women and the small rocks that would have been broken by them to make the roads. If they're causing any kind of disturbance, then they will get punished. I mean, you're having women with their head shaved. There's even a record of a woman being chained to a log. Mary Ann Hamilton was chained to the floor. There was an inquiry that found that the women didn't have enough clothes, didn't have enough food, didn't have shoes, and didn't have fresh water. And that was a government inquiry. So you're seeing that, it wasn't just one moment of we've had enough. And then you get to the Monday and Tuesday before the 1827 riot, and 14 women decide they've had enough. Their rations have been cut. At this stage it's only tea and sugar, and they've decided, 14 of them, we're not going to do any work until you return our rations. And they did that for the first few days, and then you get to Friday, and the matron, who is about to resign because she's had enough, she resigns on the Friday, but she gets assaulted by the women, and then the new matron starts on the Saturday morning. The new matron doesn't want to have control lost, so what she decides is, because the previous matron was assaulted, she's going to cut the rations further, and that was the breaking point. The women go, we want our rations back. They've got pickaxes, they're breaking down the gates, they're described by the different newspapers as Amazonian banditti going through the town, and 40 sergeants going in all different directions trying to quell the women. But 40 sergeants with bayonets. And we're talking 100 women going through the town. And why? They're picking up bread, they're picking up food, they're breaking into some of the shops. The shops are throwing out food so that the women can grab it. And they escape through the town, they go into the bush of Toongabbie. It takes past December to get all the women back, and the last 3 women were found 150 miles away. This was the first women's action in Australia. Over half of them were Irish, so you've got people who've been put down for over 500 years, being sent out here and being put down again. You can incarcerate them, you can put them down, you can shave their heads, you can take away their food, but they still keep rising up. They can be imprisoned, but they just can't be kept down. I think that's embedded in who we are. They did get their rations returned, so they did have a success. You're getting that sense of humour, the sticking together, the mateship. And I think in part you can come back to these factory women. We've estimated about 1 in 5 to 1 in 7 Australians are related to these the women who went through the factory systems. If they couldn't have got those women back, it would have been a total other story.